Kwazambia African TV. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning once again to Kwazambia African TV. This is your host, Franck Ebang. It's always a pleasure, a delight for me to be sitting here and, talking to you, keeping you updated about what's going on in a community, this community that we also love. So thank you so much again for tuning in. I wanted to provide you with a quick update about the Leadership Africa Summit that is coming up on, I believe, on April 25th. So I want to make sure everybody is tuning in and purchasing your tickets on our website, leadershipafricasummit.com. And also make sure that you come ready to attend the Afro Gala Excellence. This is the ultimate moment we've all been waiting for. We've been working hard throughout the year, and this is the moment where we recognize your work, and we want to make sure everybody across the community and the United States and even Africa is aware of what you're doing here as game changers. So once again, thank you for tuning in to Kwazambia African TV. Now I have my guest here. We have exclusive guests. They're all from the community as well. We're talking about the Alliance Française of Omaha. So we have Holly. Holly, how are you?
I am doing fine.
All right, I do have Sue as well. How are you, Sue? All right, Holly, you are the president of the Alliance Française d'Omaha. Can you tell us more about what is the Alliance Française and what is it that our viewers should know about the Alliance?
I'd love to, Frank. So the Alliance Française d'Omaha is, our mission is to spread and share and celebrate the French language and also the Francophone world through our cultural programs and our educational programs. And we're one of many Alliance Française here in the United States and across the world. So anyway, what we do is we offer French classes, we have events around anything having to do with the Francophone world to help share culture and introduce into the Omaha community things that they might not be aware of.
Right, this is beautiful. Now, let me ask you this. I am personally involved with the Alliance Française because, as most of my viewers know, I love languages. I love anything that has to do with cultural exchange. And so a language being the vehicle by excellence of a culture, I think what the Alliance Française is doing is great. But I've always wanted to ask this. So now, I lived in New York City prior to coming to Omaha, and this is, the Midwest. What is the response, or what has the response been when it comes to the Alliance Française being here? Well, I'm talking about the presence of the Alliance. What can you tell us about it?
Well, it's surprising. Most people would not think of an organization like ours existing here in Omaha or the Midwest, but you would be surprised how many people have some connection to France or a Francophone country.
Right.
And they find the Alliance as a way to continue to practice speaking the French language and to continue their interest in everything that's has to do with France and Francophone countries. We've actually been in Omaha for over 100 years,
right.
So it's been going strong. Kind of a little pocket in Omaha of French culture for 100 years.
Interesting. Now let me get a little bit personal about it. So what particularly infused you into loving French? What is it about French in you? What's your story about French?
Well, I've always wanted to speak a second language.
Yes.
I think that's a thing that Americans don't do, is learn to speak more than one language. I think everybody should do that. And so I studied French in high school, and I decided French would be it. And also my grandparents met over in France.
Wow, awesome.
And my grandfather was a French interpreter between the French generals, the American generals in World War I, and so I have a kind of special place in my heart, for that.
Absolutely, that's nice. Thank you so much, Ali. Now, Sue, in the community, and Kwazambia African TV is one platform that basically provides information to African immigrants, refugees that are part of the community here. So for those watching Kwazambia today with us, what is it that specifically the Alliance is offering in terms of programs, activities that people can, have a good time with while studying the French language?
Well, first of all, my section that I deal with mostly is the education. We have a number of classes right from the very beginning level, people that are just curious about learning French or going on a trip or something, and it goes up the line right to having groups for people that are totally fluent. We have a literary club where we read books discussing totally in French. We have conversation classes and so on. Within the education section, we also have a very well attended once a month what we call apéro, the equivalent of a happy hour, French style, and we get a lot of different people, from actual French people, Francophone people, to beginners who are really trying to hear French live.
Right.
We do events of all sorts of things, slightly more educational. We've had people talking about linguistics and where French is in the world. We celebrated an American who went in the First World War to help with soldiers, and they had an exhibition here, art, history, you name it, we try to involve people.
Fantastic. So you heard it from Sue, and I particularly wanted to point out the apéro. I had the opportunity to attend one of the apéros. It's a good time. I mean, we do acknowledge that learning a foreign language is not an easy thing to do, but if you can make it fun, of course, it becomes a lot easier for you to do. So the apéro, can you tell me more about the apéro? Like, when is it happening? Okay, when can somebody sign up for it?
You don't need to sign up at all. You do need to go to Facebook or the Alliance website to find out where it's going to be, but with very few exceptions, it's every month, second Thursday of the month. We pick a different restaurant or cafe around town, in downtown, right to fairly well out west, so all the different people can have an easy journey as opposed to it being a long one. It's from 5:30 to 7:30. There's no obligation to drink alcohol there. It's that's just an added touch. We have we usually go somewhere that has a lot of French wine.
Nothing wrong with wine, right?
Exactly, always. But that is not the point. It's to meet different people. Everybody leaves their shyness at the door and tries, even if they can only do 3 sentences. You're allowed to cheat a little bit, but the idea is to really try to speak French. The people that are better help the others, and we all have fun.
You heard it. So we want to make sure that you learn more about the Alliance Française. You can visit the website. I believe that is www.afo.
It's www.afomaha.org.
You got it. And we'll make sure that right after the video, we provide you with the website and the information about the Alliance Française that you can find online. Now, Holly, I've been thinking about this. Can you tell me more about what is coming in terms of having a physical building of the Alliance Française here? Because we talked about it before. So how's the project evolving on that?
Right, well, right now the Alliance does not have their own physical building, and we are an all-volunteer organization. And so the goal is that we will establish a physical presence somewhere in Omaha, and have established a French language and Francophone cultural center where anybody can go, and we will have events there, opportunities for people to use the space for learning, and it will be kind of the center focal point for, again, the French language and Francophone cultures here in Omaha, which I think would be an added benefit to our community.
Right. Now, and how do you say that? It's believed that it's good to have a house, an actual house, a facility, to use a better word, where we can all come in and familiarize with the French culture and join in with the people in the community that are providing that information and resources for us in the community. So the word is out there. Who can pitch in to help us? Who can help you? Who can help the Alliance Française into making that possibility?
Yeah, so we're a volunteer organization, so we would certainly welcome anybody who would like to volunteer with their time, or also to donate money towards the project. We are here for our membership, and what our members want kind of dictates what we do. And so I would encourage anyone to join, become a member, and help us build new programs, and obviously this cultural center that we're
Thank you so much, Holly. That's beautiful. Now, Sue, I want to end this with you. Being a part of the community here, one thing that I do is to visit with people and see what's going on, what are the needs of people in the community. Now, with specific to the programs that the Alliance Française can offer, we have a situation where you'd have a bilingual family. I mean, if I can speak like so, people coming from Africa, I want to say parents coming to visit their children here, and sometimes their grandkids. And sometimes these parents have issues communicating with the grandkids because of that lack aspect of, having the first language taught to the grandkids. So is the Alliance offering program classes for adults in that regard, or how do they approach helping these families that want to speak French, for instance?
Specifically, we haven't looked at that so much. We have a range of classes, and they are not the old-fashioned writing out your verbs on paper.
Right.
We teach right from the get-go to communicate. Anybody can sign up for this. We teach adults 90% of the time. Occasionally we have a children's class, but there are still schools that do this.
Right.
And we teach adults, and it really is based on not worrying too much if you have the verb tense right, but to communicate and understand a little about the culture of Francophone world all over.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah, Holly?
And also, if there's enough of a demand or a need for something, we are more than open to develop a class for a specific need out there. So if there was something for your community specifically they were looking for, we could design something.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you tuning in to stay with us at Croissant Pierre African TV. I wanted to provide you with the opportunity to speak with the leaders of the Alliance Française d'Omaha to learn more about this organization, what they do and what they are offering to the community. Now, it is very important that you remember the apéro. I like this, le savoir vivre pendant l'hiver. That's what it is. I mean, it's cold. You all want to get together, learn how to speak French. It can always be fun. And I wish you all can all tune in and learn more about the Alliance Française. So I say let's meet at the next apéro. À la prochaine.
À la prochaine.
Croissant Pierre African TV.